Starting off the week of trade, it is time now for the daily market summary here on Monday. I'm joined by Ethan Robson of agmarket.net. And Ethan, we began the morning talking about the Iran potential peace deal between the United States and Iran, as that is looking to be hopefully signed on June 19th. How did the markets react today in the grains?
Yeah, early morning session down sharply, hitting new contract lows for that corn market. July corn was down early on. Was able to claw back for most of the session, actually. Pretty impressive day, all things considered, especially with crude oil, like you said, down about 5.5% on the U.S. Iran potential peace deal. Have July corn up 2 3/4 at 415.5. New crop corn up a penny, 441 3/4. Soybean market up about 5 cents into July, up about 3 cents, and new crop 11.35. Wheat market's up about 3 to 5 cents across the board today. Saw Friday's commitment of traders report too show record selling in all the ag complex: corn, soybeans, wheat, soy oil, and soy meal was actually the largest selling week over the last 5 years. So good to see some sort of a rebound today.
And Ethan, even though this is probably the most concrete news that we've had in terms of hopefully getting close to the end of the conflict, we've also had several, I guess you would call it, false starts where it looked like things were winding down over the past month or so. So does that mean the markets have already taken some of that into account?
And it looks like the markets are pricing it in. I mean, you look at the crude oil market right now, we're down 5% at 80.54, that front month July contract. So the crude oil market's believing the news right now, right or wrong. Like you've said, we've seen that back and forth action of what news is actually true. And seeing the stock market up sharply as well on this news, have S&P up about 2%, NASDAQ up about 3% right now. Saw the metal market act accordingly too. So seeing the outside markets start to price in, start to believe that this U.S.-Iran ceasefire peace deal will happen, but that remains to be seen, like you said.
Over on the other side of the markets, livestock not nearly as, I shouldn't say not directly as affected as the grain side of the market by this news, but what did we see happen with the trade for cattle and hogs?
Yeah, over on the cattle side, have live cattle August up $2 at 343.25. Feeder cattle, that August contract up about $4.05 in the defers there. On the chart-wise, feeder cattle chart, been able to trade right up against that 50-day moving average on the chart-wise. Haven't been able to get a close above the 50-day since about May 21st. So going to be important there for the technical side to see that feeder cattle chart be able to close above that 50-day moving average. Lean hogs trying to find some sort of footing here. Pretty sharp down day. July down about 87.5, 96.57.5. Down more in the deferreds. That December contract down about $1, 73.55. Getting close to contract lows in some of those defers. Just trying to find some sort of footing, some sort of bargain buying to get the speculator funds to start buying the lean hog complex.
And we've been pretty heavily focused on the grain side of the markets here in recent times. Is there any news stories we should be watching in addition to New World Screwworm on the cattle side of the markets?
Cattle side, right? It's all about the demand in the New World Screwworm. Like you said, I think there's believe about 12, 13 cases now in the U.S. That's going to be a main market mover, like you said, going forward. But demand for both the cattle side continues to remain strong. U.S. weather continues to remain semi-favorable, demand strong. Going to be important to keep a close eye on those cash markets. That cash market's really going to be the detail for this live and feeder cattle market. Cash remains pretty strong. Demand remains pretty good, all things considered, especially with these higher beef prices. I know we've talked about how's the U.S. consumer going to respond to this. So something to keep an eye on moving forward.
What's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
Yeah, visit us online, agmarket.net. Give us a call, handling to normal, 1-800-779-1515.
He's Ethan Robson with agmarket.net, our guest here today. Ethan, thanks so much for the time. Always appreciate it, and have a good day.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.